and welcome to another Monday morning art talk. So today I wanted to start with a quote by Napoleon Hill where he says, "The person who acts with purpose and a plan creates opportunities." And that's something that I talk about a lot in these art talks, because the importance of having the plan and also knowing that in order to achieve anything and get anything you want, you have to take that action. And that's where you're going to make the connections. You're going to have those opportunities. Things are going to present themselves to you. And that's what you really are sort of looking for, because that's how it simply works. And I want to tell you just a little story about a trip to the Eiffel Tower. And this is almost just this analogy, just this same concept of what you're going to go through in life. To have that plan, to know, you got to ask yourself, what's the first thing you're going to do if you're told, hey, do you want to go on vacation? Yes, I want to go on vacation. Where do you want to go? Well, I've always wanted to go here. Okay, so now you determine where it is you want to go. I want to go and see the Eiffel Tower. I want to go to Paris. Okay, so what's the next step that you need to do in order to get to the Eiffel Tower? Well, you've got to start thinking logically. Well, I need to figure out what dates I want to go. I need to figure out what airline I'm going to fly. I need to figure out where I'm going to stay. And maybe even think about how long I'm going to be there for. And you can start to see that when you start to plan things or you start to think about things, a lot of the time, if you have that definite purpose, it'll all just start to figure itself out. Okay, do I know what airline yet? No. Do I know the actual dates yet? No. Do I know where I'm going to stay yet? No, but I need to research that. So the same thing that you go through on a daily basis, whether you're planning a trip to go to the zoo, where you're planning a trip to go to the shopping mall, whatever it is you want to do, it's the exact same premise. It's the exact same thing. You just need to apply that to your own artistic life and your own career. So going to the Eiffel Tower, now I decide that that's where I want to go, and I'm going to head in that direction. I'm going to figure out where I want to stay and anything. Okay, so you start planning, and then what happens when you get to some place, a new territory, some place you've never been? If I've never been to Paris before, well, it's new territory, and I don't know what to expect. I don't know who I'm going to see there. I don't know what my cab ride's going to be like. I don't know how I'm going to be treated. I don't know if my baggage is going to get lost. I don't know anything. And that's the thing you got to put back into play too, that you don't know anything that's going to pop up. It's just going to happen. And when it happens, you got to cross that bridge when you get to it. So now I know that I'm there, and I'm driving along, and I tell the cab driver, I want to go to the Eiffel Tower. But maybe let's just say I rent a car. Let's just put that premise, okay? I decided I'm going to rent a car. So I go rent a car. What happens when I'm renting a car and I'm just trying to find my way to a possible destination? Well, two things may happen. Number one, I may just get sidetracked and I see something else and I want to pull over there for a bit and go, wow, that's cool. Take some pictures, do some other things. Same thing you're going to do in your own life. Okay, maybe I'm lost. Maybe I get sidetracked because I get lost, and that could be a scenario that happens. And I'm going to go off that beaten path for a while, and eventually I still have that goal in mind. Where am I heading? Well, I want to get to the Eiffel Tower. That's my destination. Again, having that goal, having that plan, and then being open. And along the way, if I'm lost, what do? You're going to start asking people questions. Excuse me, can you tell me how to get to the Eiffel Tower? And that's what you do when you keep making the connections with people that you're going to meet in your life. Don't be afraid to ask the questions. Don't be afraid to get out there, because through asking questions is how you gain knowledge and move to that next part, that destination that you're heading towards. So eventually I might get sidetracked and I'm going to go back on. Maybe I might pull off to go get some food. I'm hungry. So I'm stopping and I'm changing. And then I'm going to get back on the road again. All for one purpose. Even though I've been sidetracked left and right, up and down, whatever may have happened along that journey, I still have my goal in mind. And that goal is my purpose, to get to the Eiffel Tower. And that's why I went on this direction anyway. So keeping that in mind, this is how I just want you to start thinking, just logically, because you already have the answers. And it's a funny thing, you already have it within you. You know If you were thrown in a situation, you're going to kind of know what to do. If there was possibly a fire, an earthquake, there's certain things that you go, okay, well, I've got to protect myself and this is what I might do. It's about making those plans. And I urge you just to continue doing this. Know that, again, I almost hate to sound like a broken record, but I always think it's good through this repetition, because I believe that's how you grow as an artist anyway and get better, is through repetition. And maybe that's why I keep repeating these things. It's just that as you go through this journey, a lot of stuff's going to happen, and there's going to be awesome things that are going to happen, and there's going to be not so awesome things. And I was watching Jeff Bridges today do a talk just on the TV, and he talked about, like, from the Big Lebowski, right, where there's just life is just a bunch of gutter balls and strikes. You're going to have the gutter balls and you're going to have the strikes. All right, there's going to be those ups and there's going to be those downs upon your journey. And I just thought, I was just talking about that. It's so true, and it just makes a lot of sense. He also talked about the fact that no matter how far you get in your career, no matter what you do, you're always going to be nervous. And I'm not going to say, I talk about the no doubt, the no worry, the no fear. But let's talk about human emotion. And yes, you're going to experience these. It's about not becoming a robot and saying, I cannot think like this and I'm not going to, you're not doing any of that. But it's being conscious of it. It's being aware of it. That way, when you get to that place, you can start to walk yourself through the process because you're aware of it. And, just nervousness. You're always going to be nervous. You're going to be nervous about people you meet. You're going to be nervous about projects you have to do. You're going to be nervous about a lot of different things that are going to come up. Maybe you've worked on a show. How's it going to do? How are people going to react? Oh my God, is it going to do well in the box office? And all these nervous aspects that you're going to go through as an individual. And he was just talking about knowing that that's never going to end, because he was doing a scene with these old timers, these guys who have been acting for 40, 50 years. And he was about to do a scene with these people, this guy. And his hand was there. And then all of a sudden the guy pulled his hands back and he said he just left a puddle of sweat. And he said, are you nervous about what you're going to do? And the guy said, I'm always nervous. It never changes. And that Jeff Bridges was going through that. And that's why he almost didn't want to be an actor, because he didn't like the nervousness, the anticipation of what was going to happen next. How are things going to unravel? And he was nervous about it, and then realized, oh my God, this guy who's been doing it for the last 50 years of his career is still nervous and still goes through that. So knowing that you're always going to have that nervousness, just accept it and be aware of that, and that's part of what it is that you're going to be going through. So quit resisting it, quit fighting it, and saying it's going to keep happening. It's like, what has to keep happening is you have to keep growing. You have to keep getting better. Are you ever going to be 100% satisfied? No. Are you ever going to feel that you need to just chase, you're not fulfilling, certain dreams you have right now? Yeah. I mean, you're always going to go through these human emotions. So what the thing is not to be just, a robot. All right. And just be open to the process and accept the process and try your best and have the plan. And that'll help you get organized and just be open to opportunities and just see what happens. Just see what happens. Because, look, if you're able to sit in front of this computer screen right now, you're probably working on your own project and you're just listening to this in the background, or you're actually watching it and you're on your computer and you're using your hands on the typewriter and you're typing in and you can see what's going on and you're taking notes and you're able to see and you're able to talk and you're able to hear and you're able to write and you're able to comprehend and you're able to do these things. These are the beautiful things that life is, that we have, and that I think we get so caught up in all this other mayhem and all this other stuff that oftentimes never comes to fruition and isn't even real. If you can start to just think about it. When you go through those moments, think about the good things that you just have. Think about it. Just that roof over your head. I don't care where you live, I just don't care, what you eat. The fact that you have food to put in your belly. It's these sort of things just to be conscious of. So when you get to those dark, deep places of confusion and nervousness and unhappiness and frustration and depression and of where you think that your life's going to end up and go, chillax, forget about it. Just try to embrace. That's it. All right. So there it is. Have a good one. Make it a great week. And I shall talk to you guys next week. Take care. Hello, this is Steven, and I just wanted to tell you about this cool thing that I'm doing right now through my website at silvertunes.com. It's a Skype mentorship. In a sense, what I want to do is just talk to you, meet you, tell me about things that are happening in your life, see if there's anything that I could do to help you. I can look over your artwork, do your portfolio, and just maybe try to push you in the right direction that you want to take your life and your journey, all right? So you can go to silvertunes.com, go to classes, click on mentorship, and you can learn all about it. We can try to arrange a time, set up a date. It doesn't matter where you live in the world. And I just wanted to make it just very affordable, just to open it up, because I love doing this. I love meeting people from all over the planet. It's a really cool thing. And with this technology, why not? So that's it. Thanks.
Whoa! Hey! Go back. Go back.
Go back.
Great. Go back. Go back.